Welcome back everyone to our fabulous series on DreamCreate. For those of you who haven't really followed it, it's all about how do we inspire creativity? How do we look at creation as the kind of life spark of life? And how do we build creativity from nothing? We want to look at all sorts of concepts. We've explored imagination before and innovation and being free to create. And today we want to look at a concept which I think is vital, and it's almost one and the same. And it's the concept of beauty. Beauty and creation are hand in hand. When you create, it's beauty. When there's beauty, it's creation. And many of us don't think we are creators. Again, we said it before. You look at the musicians and the poets and the songwriters and all these wonderful people and the painters we think are creative, but there's creation in everything. Creation that comes from the small things. And when you see creation as an action, it's often quite beautiful. Many years ago, Tanya and I went on a holiday to the Maldives, and we went to a beautiful island called Veligandu. And there's beauty around us. The sea's beautiful, the fish are beautiful, but what struck me in those 7 short days on that island was how the people who offered the service to you did everything with beauty. So you'd walk along from your bungalow to the eating place every morning, and the guys were raking the sand, but they weren't just raking the sand and picking up the leaves, they were creating patterns on the sand. And that was just beautiful. Every day there were different patterns. When you came back to your bungalow, you were literally in awestruck. You stood there and you couldn't believe what you saw, because they had made a simple bed of just sheets in various patterns and thrown beautiful petals and leaves and flowers on, and that every single day there was a different pattern and a different creation. And so you'd say to yourself, now, who would actually think that there's a beautiful creation in just making a bed? And so they were incredibly inspiring. Inspiration comes from that spark that says, let's make this thing slightly more beautiful, slightly more of an offering. And so it's quite something to share with yourself and look at it every day. When you see creation, there's beauty. When there's beauty, there's creation. And it's just amazing that it's in everything. People will look around, and particularly we come back to the children again, they'll look and say, wow, I'm just looking at that shell on the beach, or look at that water going over the cliff, or looking at that beautiful mountain, that beautiful bird. And so when you think about beauty, and you're an accountant and a spreadsheet, oh my goodness, is that beautiful? Yes, you can make it beautiful. You can make serving coffee beautiful. Those beautiful patterns that they make on cappuccinos. There's beauty around you everywhere. And that's an incredibly inspirational thing to think about. When you create, it's beauty. When there's beauty, there's creation. And I couldn't put those two words any more strongly across, because that is a fundamental part of creativity. And I think it was Plato who mentioned that the entire universe is constructed for beauty and is of beauty. And when you start to see beauty around you and offer beauty, then the entire universe is applauding us and everybody else in this whole beautiful concept that creation is an expression of beauty. And it's in all the poets' writings, it's in all the wonderful writers who put this, and the songwriters, that when you create, make sure it's beautiful. And so, as we've said before, all you wonderful, magnificent creators, go out there and just do something differently today and just add some beauty to it. Thank you very much.